I guess the best way to describe Rayvon is he's always developing in all aspects of his life, not just in wrestling. That's what makes him unique. I mean, whether we're talking about music, just the knowledge of history of music, or his education, just kind of always advancing himself. I think that's what makes him so special is he's always looking for unique ways to advance himself and further himself in life.
His older brother, Billy, was 5 years older than him in school. And Billy, I think, asked me at point if we could bring Rayvon along. And it was like freestyle tournaments. And I think Rayvon was in 5th grade.
I had some friends who were like, yeah, these men right here are like, they're special. These are some men who are going to help you, not even just as a wrestler, but as a man. And after my freshman year, I started to wrestle for what was called the Warriors. It was like an AAU team, freestyle Greco, stuff like that. And so I was like, well, if I'm gonna go and my brother's at home, like I might as well just bring him with me. Like, so anytime I went, I was like, come on.
I expected wrestling to be like WWE, but when I got there, I saw these dudes in regular t-shirt shorts just running around on this mat that really didn't seem interesting at all. But then when you saw what people were doing and you saw your guy just picked that guy up and just slammed him on the ground, and that was kind of like my introduction, just watching a little bit. And then, that same day, I actually ended up practicing. My coach, he took this singlet and he handed it to me. And he was like, you're gonna put that on. And I'm like, that's too big. And then I put it on, and they take these clips and they put them on the singlet.
He was like natural, I can't he was so natural. As soon as he stepped in there, I was like, oh, wow.
I was actually so energized about the whole experience and stuff. I decided that night I wanted to really do this.
Growing up on sports, coming from where we came from, sports is always seen as kind of like, that's the way to go. You want to be a basketball player, you want to be a football player. No one ever really talks about a wrestler, And as I was seeing it, I'm like, oh, wrestlers go to college too. And they have opportunities too. Maybe my brother's not the smartest kid in the world, but he works really hard at what he does. And I know if he can work really hard, I know he might have an opportunity to take himself somewhere else.
That's what I love about my brother, is that he always pushes me to always be better and never to settle. He wants me to always achieve higher.
It's my brother, so I'd risk everything for my brother. I'd do anything for my brother to, see him be successful, see him go to the next level, see him accomplish whatever it is he want to accomplish. But it was very important for me to help him find something, something that was gonna keep him focused, keep him aligned with a purpose, and to get somewhere. Wrestling was the perfect way for him to, get all of that energy out and really get to express himself also, but wrestling is so much about control and being able to, pace yourself.
Growing up with my mom and my siblings, it was definitely rough because my mom struggled to find work, and we lived on food stamps and on Section 8. So it was definitely difficult to, I would say, maintain a good emotional state at times.
There's a lot of times where life was very dark and there was no light at the end of the tunnel. And there was a lot of times where it was me and my brother who were there together, and as long as we had each other, we could find a light at the end of the tunnel.
I didn't realize at the time that my mom was struggling to maintain all of us. So a lot of times I would get angry if she didn't do enough for me specifically. She didn't really show up to a lot of my wrestling meets. So our relationship during my early years were like early years of my life where it was a little rough. It was definitely difficult to maintain like sort of a good emotional state at times, because it could be like tough being home and seeing mom struggle to maintain things and handle all of us. You know, I would fight. That's how I would vent. I would yell at my teachers. I would lash out at people. And like, that's kind of like how I dealt with things growing up, was just like through pure emotion and just anger, and I just would get angry at stuff. I just learned how to control my emotions and deal with them through wrestling.
His freshman year at Pioneer, he competed all season long and he was like 88 pounds. So the weight class was 103. Being that small at that weight was like, wow.
I'd never seen anything like that. Like, I'm like, this little like person is like, he's winning. Like, he's winning. And I'm not, you know, and it really showed me how much, you know, technique and how much skill Rayvon truly had at that level. And me and my friends, we really like set a goal, and we were like, we're gonna push each other and we're gonna be the best. And none of us won the state championship, but that vision and that passion passed on from all of us to my brother. And he was able to take that and go to the next level and do something that we weren't able to do. Win the state championship, win a national championship. Like, he was able to do a lot of things, and not just because of me, but because of everyone who put that love and that passion into him and into each other, because of how we all felt for each other.
Rayvon is a great competitor, fierce, works hard. A lot of people, you know, think it comes natural, but Rayvon works hard at it, and he was always the hardest working individual in the room, day in and day out.
State called me up literally the summer my senior year, and they were like, hey, we think you would be good for our program, and I signed that year. I remember talking to Chandler about, you know, coming here, and he told me, I know that you struggle with school, I know you struggle with these things, but I think once you come here and you get established, that I think you will be successful.
As we got to know him, we realized that he was pretty green. You know, everything was something new to him. When you come across somebody where everything's a new experience, to somebody like Rayvon, I think, you know, the sky is the limit, because some people get to experience a lot of things in their life, and Rayvon never got that opportunity, and wrestling was his vehicle to do that. Chandler was willing to take a chance on me because he saw what I was dealing with, and he knew that if I had the opportunity to develop on my own and make choices, I think he knew that I could become successful and I could do well here. I get more satisfaction in watching these young men achieve their personal goals than I ever did as a competitor. And I love seeing growth. And growth is the biggest thing in life. Is, you know, if we continue to grow each and every day and try to make ourselves a better person, a better version of ourselves, I think the world's going to be a better place, and Rayvon's, you know, perfect proof of that. No other coach, no other program had talked to me like that. I could really do something and I could fulfill my potential. He knew that I was going to take the opportunity serious once I got here. Rayvon is the consummate person who wants more information. He's always striving to be better, and that's a unique quality. A lot of people are stuck in their ways, and I think we all get stuck in our ways, but he's always looking for ways to improve himself, just as a person, not just as a wrestler, but that's probably his number one unique quality. No matter what you go through, no matter what life puts you through, that you can make it as long as you just keep pushing, you just keep working. In those ways, it's the principles that wrestling has taught me has changed my life. And I followed those principles and those kind of universal laws of wrestling to lead me to the position that I am in. It has definitely changed my life.
and I'm happy to say that.